Hey pros, this is McCoy again. We are going to start part 2 now for drawing our character Pikachu in Anime Studio. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on the arm. So with our add point tool, we are just going to add the points that we need to draw Pikachu's arm. So his arm is basically almost like a oval. At least this angle of his arm is almost like an oval. Alright, I'm going to select my layer with Q on the keyboard, and I'm going to select the color there. And I'm going to move his arm up above his head. There we go. Alright, let's see if I got the... Make that just a little bit bigger. Perfect. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on his fingers. Just add a couple points in here first. Add some more points. He's got fingers that almost look like Bart Simpson hair. Be sure to make them wide enough. I'm actually going to bring down the fat of his arm down there just a little bit. You may have to adjust the stroke just a little to make it actually look like his hand. Alright, so that looks okay. Definitely not my drawing style, but hey, if that's what Pikachu's arm looks like that's cool with me. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's start on his other arm. So that is his left arm. Let's go ahead and do his right arm. His right arm is actually going to be behind his head, so we'll just put it right behind his head. And I'll make the, make sure I have my add points tool on. And I'll just draw the shape. Add point there. With everything, every time I'm drawing in Anime Studio, I just kind of like almost, if you could sketch in Anime Studio, that's what I do closest to, is I just kind of get all the points out there. And then I go back and I refine everything. So it's totally up to you how you do it. But his hand, just make it a little bit larger. Okay. And then with the hide points tool, I'm just gonna hide these, or the hide edge tool, I mean. Just fix his fingers just a little bit. Alright, cool. So there is that part. Let's go ahead and start on his torso. This part might be a little tricky, because his torso is almost like a pillow or a sack of flour or something. But it looks like his torso, it starts in this area. Under his arm, it goes down kind of into like his little feet there. He's got an overlapping, he's kind of got like a penguin type body there at the bottom, where it looks like he's wearing baggy pants or something. All right, and we're just gonna take and rotate that just a little bit so it's not too crooked. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna connect my points. Okay, let me make a point right there. So it's good to have your points for the middle of your body for when you go to add bones, you can bend things. All right. Okay. Looks pretty good. His body might be just a little long, so I'll just shrink that down just a tiny bit. All right, I think that looks good. Let's go ahead and get started on his feet. Kind of has like a little arc right there at the top. All right. Just go in and add the necessary curves. Okay, so his foot is a little bit bigger than I want it to be there, so let me shrink that down. Make sure his toes are a little bit smaller. Okay. And let's see here. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to take that same foot and I'm just going to copy it. I'm going to paste it and I'm going to flip it. And then I'll just make whatever changes I need to. Doesn't really look like I need to make any changes there. That looks fine like that. Okay, so let's go back to his torso. Something I forgot to do is take out the strokes. Okay. All right, now I'm just gonna work on the strokes just a little bit using my width tool. Work on his feet just a little bit. Alt right click to quickly select the layer. Can't tell you how much time that will save you. Alt right click. Alright, cool. So that's looking pretty good. Looks like we can bring his foot in just a little bit more. Okay, cool. So let me go ahead and see what else we've got. So we got his arm. Let me fix his arm stroke. Bring that in just a little bit. What else do we have? His tail. So let's go ahead and do his tail. It looks like I didn't make a tail. Let's go behind his torso. So let's go ahead and name this tail. All right, let me put all of this into a bone layer for when we later go to rig Pikachu here. So just name this Pikachu. Bring everything into there. All right. So now that we got past like the head part in the first section, things are starting to go a little bit quicker. I figured it'd be that way because it's a fairly looking easy character to draw. It's just that head, man, that took forever. But I just want to say thank you to the pros who have checked this out, along with anyone who is just coming across my YouTube channel or our Facebook group. We're more than happy to have more people join and learn with us and share their ideas, tips, and tricks, and whatever you got to offer. Even if you don't have anything to offer, just come to learn. That is totally fine as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on that tail. Let's see. I really need a bigger image. I don't know why, but I got a small image again. But let's start working on that. So it almost has like a curve there at the top. We'll work on that as we get there. And something like that. As far as what's behind, that's not really a big deal. Okay, so we'll use the curvature tool to curve that out. That's pretty close to what his tail is looking like from what I can tell from this image that I have. So let's go ahead and add the detail. The color of his tail, it looks like it's going to be... Actually, you know what? I didn't get the color. Let me grab that color real quick. Let's see if this is it. Go back to my template, draw out my circle, copy and paste that. I'll drag that there. And I think this is the color of his tail. Maybe. Let's try that again. Yep, that's the one. Okay. So that is the color of his tail there. Let's go ahead and add that. Okay, so I'm basically just going to follow this through with my brown color here. That's weird. That should have created just a fill. Let's see what's going on. Okay. So that shape was actually behind the other one, so I'm going to hit Q to select that shape. I'm going to hit Shift and up on the keyboard on the up arrow. Oh, you know what? That's why. I was making this in the color template. So let me go ahead and cut that, and then I'm going to paste it into his tail. Let's see where that put that. Okay, so it totally resized it as well. That's fine. Let me just go ahead and resize this again. Just make the changes necessary. Alright, so there we go. We got our little Pikachu character there. I think for the last part of this this tutorial, I'll make this one shorter today, but the last part of the tutorial I will work on his the shading of the character. But I hope you enjoyed this Let's Draw. I guess the next part we'll do is Let's Shade. It'll still be part of Let's Draw. And I hope to see you there. Be sure to like and subscribe the Anime Studio Pros YouTube channel, and you'll be getting a lot more content if you do. Alright, I'll see you next time.